Good morning, good afternoon, good evening in the world. Yes, my name is Houry Geudelekian, and honestly, I could not imagine me being here with these esteemed panelists only a few years ago. I am the reason why gender equality is important. I am the girl who needed so much to have a voice when I was married off at an early age, depriving me of my education. I'm not just sitting here as an expert, but the embodiment of who we should be fighting for. But I want to just dive right in and, just talk about what NGO CSW is all about and what are we doing with generation equality this year. I don't want to repeat all the talking points. We all know what COVID-19 did to us. Well, I can tell you what it did to NGO CSW. We were organizing our largest gathering last March in New York City during Commission on the Status of Women, which is our mandate, right? We bring voices of women and girls globally to the headquarters at the United Nations. We had about 20,000 women signed up to come for that event. It was going to be the second coming of Beijing Platform for Action while we celebrate Beijing Plus 25. My team alone had organized 550 panel discussions in the 2 weeks that the CSW was supposed to happen. I mean, I can give you so many numbers of what we were gearing up to, and of course that silent enemy COVID-19 came, but that's not a surprise, right? I mean, is anybody surprised that COVID-19 has, affected us so deeply because the world was not on the right track. We were not really taking care of ourselves and the world. We were not realizing the interconnectedness that we have. We were just abusing this planet and each other and really buying into this patriarchy, colonialism, capitalism. I'm sure I'm speaking to a lot of experts who know what I'm talking about. But here we are, right? So here we are again, rethinking, regalvanizing, rebringing women and girls and our allies, our men and boys who are on board with us, because we obviously cannot do this without the collaboration that has to be there. So we canceled and we went completely online and we started doing some events on Zoom right away, and we just kept going with what we know to do best, which is giving voices to women and girls. At the same time, we're also organizing what we're calling Generation Equality Forum, spearheaded by UN Women, partnered with France and Mexico, and that is still going on. You can go on the website, it's very easy, just Google, I can give you the link as well. But it's Generation Equality Forum, and you can see all the planning that's been happening since last year and that we're still moving forward. And the idea about that Generation Equality Forum is not to compete with CSW, with Beijing Platform for Action. All of this is really interconnected. We are open and really begging for ideas and collaborations on how can we move the needle, right? Because we've been fighting for centuries, but let's say at least for the last 25 years to specifically implement Beijing Platform for Action. I think that document was the strongest document that we've had for gender equality. But the problem is that we never knew how to really hold our governments accountable for implementation. There are so many amazing documents at the UN right now. And if we really adhere to their agreements, we would not be in this situation. Imagine if we had global health coverage. Imagine if we had truly the direct connection to what climate change is and how it has really affected us all. We would all be better off. But let's just say that we are where we are, and then now we have to really, truly see how we can make a difference. And one of the things that we've been really talking about is really modeling a shared leadership for humanity, right? So this is what we want to do as women and girls, and how we are leading our platform going forward. So so in that sense, our next CSW 65, which is coming up in March, I mean, I know that seems like such a long time from now, but we actually do start organizing early in fall. We are bringing our CSW 65 forum 100% online. And of course, you're going to see all of that information on our website as well. It's ngocsw.org. Very easy to find as well. But you know, the idea is to not only just advocate and bring voices here in headquarters, which, by the way, even last year we were noticing it's really not sustainable. To have 20,000 people travel and come to New York City, yes, it's exciting. Yes, the face-to-face is much better. I would rather be with my colleagues right now around the table. But the fact of the matter is that we have more access right now because this is online. More people are joining because all they need is a laptop and a Wi-Fi. Now, I understand there's also that digital difference that when people do not have a laptop and a Wi-Fi, but we're working around that as well. We're working with grassroots organizations where they can bring grassroots women and girls around a table under a tent if they have to, and share their laptops so that they get the information of what it is that we're doing globally to speak for them. And I'll come back to what I said. Like, if I really knew what my rights were at 14, if I was really allowed the voice that I needed, would I have been married off that young? I mean, I'm lucky that I ended up in New York City. I'm lucky that I ended up with a husband who was older than me, but was also supportive in some ways. But honestly, I under any circumstances, I don't see how an early marriage can help any society, right? Because when you take education away from a girl, when you take her voice away, then you're taking away that community's force and strength. It's like Donna said, even in sports, you know, why deal with only the 49%? Everybody needs to be on the table. I think I'm going to kind of slow down here because I think I'm almost at my time. I kind of lost track of time because we started a little bit later. So perhaps I will save a few minutes as well and then maybe give some time for Q&A later. I'm just saying all of this information is really on our website. Please join us. Do not give up on humanity by giving up on women and girls. And just in honor of what you said with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I say fight for, this is her quote, obviously, and I'm just inspired by her too in this last 24 hours. Fight for the things that you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you. Let's model this shared leadership and achieve gender equality together in this last decade. Thank you so much.